Justin, as you reflect on this season, I got to talk to you last week just about a little bit your mentality. You said how you like to use your winning prowess, diving on loose balls, things of that nature. Still, at times this year, it felt like you maybe got the short end of the stick where you got a couple of DNP coaches' decisions or were just not really a big feature in the rotation. Were times like that frustrating for you, even though you felt like you were doing all the right things? Or what were those conversations like, why those things occurred?
Uh, I don't know, man. I try not to look at those things too much. As a player, I feel like you can get lost in those kind of things. I try to hang my hat on just being ready, and whenever my number's called, going out there and just doing what I gotta do for the team. Obviously, I try not to look at it too much. It is frustrating at times, but looking at the bigger picture, it's like, how can I still benefit the team? How can I still be a leader, or how can I still impact the winning plays even if I'm not playing? Um, Obviously, it was an up and down year for me, but I'm just really proud of the fact that I still went out there and still was able to impact the game. Kind of impact my teammates in a positive light, and try to just bring positivity to every situation that I was in. So yeah.
Overall, the team was statistically better with you on the floor this season in a good amount of these moments. So just taking that information and what you've done this season, what you plan to do in the offseason with this organization, wanting to take that next leap, playing within a team concept and getting to more winning moments as an organization, why do you feel like you can be a big part of that?
I think my play style. Very unselfish. I don't really need the ball to kind of make an impact on the game. Um, I try to hang my hat out on the dirty work. Defending, rebounding, blocking shots, steals, taking a hard foul when I gotta take one. And just kind of giving my teammates energy. So I think if I could, find a way to maximize those things that I do great, I think that it would benefit the team in a large way, and hopefully get us some more wins.
Justin, despite your somewhat breakout season, the 2024-25 season, you still started the season pretty deep on the bench. You had to earn your keep all back over again. How do you think this past campaign has helped your case as a rotational regular in the future?
I think just showing that I'm always ready to play. Kind of know what you're gonna get from me on a night to night basis. Um, Being able to just be consistent. I think that's one of the biggest things that I was proud of myself for this year. Again, like, no matter minutes, no matter playing, not playing, game in, game out, just trying to be the most consistent that I can be for the team. And just showing that I'm an NBA player, showing that I belong, and showing that I can contribute to winning.
Hi, Justin. You're one of the better defenders on the team, especially in isolation. What's the path towards this team becoming like a significantly better defensive team next year?
I think defense is just mindset. I think obviously, like, we're gonna get in the lab, gonna rep it out, rep coverages, rotations, and all that good stuff. But I think that as a team, if we just shift our mindset to, the want to play defense, the want to go out there and guard guys and give guys a hard time on a night-to-night basis, I think that that'll really be the determining factor of us, flipping that script and becoming a really defensive mindset, team. Yeah.
And I noticed late in the year, oftentimes when like a player on the other team looks over to the bench to like talk back or whatever, it seems like they're always looking like in your direction, or
Yeah.
maybe Tricky's direction.
A little bit of Tristan as
Little
well.
bit.
Me and Tricky.
Are you do you pride yourself as a trash talker, or like where does that come from? And are you trying to like get in the opposing team's head?
I wouldn't call myself a trash talker, but try to just play little games within the game. Try to get guys out their game. That's also a part of defense. Finding little nicks and knacks that can give you the advantage at the end of the day in the game. Uh, to be honest, I learned a lot of it from Tristan. um, but yeah, I wouldn't pride myself as a trash talker, but I pride myself as somebody who is willing to do mostly whatever needs to be done to win the game, for sure. Give us the advantage for sure.
Hi, JC. Speaking of Vooch and also Jameer, they both came like kind of had time in the G, and then they got new deals similar to how you did before. Did you sort of help them throughout that process as somebody who kind of had a similar arc?
Uh, yeah, a little bit. I would say, like, kind of just giving my input on what they should do when they're down there in the G, like how they should approach it, how they should take that challenge and how they should run with it. I commend the both of them, really, because their confidence never wavered going back and forth, and they always on a night-to-night basis bring energy, put their best foot forward, and super happy and super proud of those guys. And yeah, I just try to give them my little nicks and knacks that I went through when I was down there, and how certain things helped me and how certain things didn't help me. And they just took what they took and ran with it. So I'm super happy for them, super proud of them.
And now that Trae Young and AD have been around for a little bit, how have they changed the dynamic in the locker room?
I think just having that vet leadership and that vet presence obviously raises the floor. You know, I think we got a lot of young guys on this team, so having those two guys around who done won at the highest level, been at the highest level for a while now, really raises the floor for us and really helps us kind of push in the direction that we want to go.
Justin, this may come as a surprise, but we don't know Brian Keefe all that well because he refuses to talk about himself. How would you describe him to fans? Because they know him even less than we do.
I would describe Brian Keefe as a very compassionate person, very caring guy. He puts the players first. He's always making sure that we're all good on a human level, even outside of basketball, before basketball. And yeah, I think he's just a great dude, someone that you really want around, someone that you want in your locker room, and someone that wants the best for everybody around him, and he tries to push us to be the best versions of ourselves day in and day out. And he really wants to see us all succeed and make it in our own paths.
Is there anything that he's done for you that you can share that you're willing to share?
I think from the first day I got here, when I got to Denver, when I played in Denver my first game with DC, he's been instilling confidence in me since the day I got here, letting me know, like, I know your path has always been rough, up and down, but you belong, and kind of just giving me the confidence to go out there and show that I belong, and just always reiterating to me, like, no matter how things are going, good game, bad game, not playing, like, you belong in this league. I think that as a player, like, that's probably one of the only things that you want to hear from a coach. Is like, you belong and that, I believe in you. So I really appreciate him for that. And just a great dude overall, man.
Justin, I have a twin brother. So yeah, you and me have that something in common. And I know your brother is having a great year with the Spurs, and I know you had an up and down year. Has your brother tried to give you some advice, or even you guys just talk to just try to keep the spirits up?
Yeah, we always give each other advice. My twin brother, man, we done been doing this for years together. He tries to, when I have a bad game or a game where I didn't really play my best, he'll try to call me and just be like, yo, listen, like, this is where you could be better. This is where you could maximize the way you're playing, even if you're having a poor shooting night or having a bad night. Like, still try to do X, Y, and Z to kind of lift your spirits and lift your game up. And vice versa. Like, when he's having a bad night, I try to tell him, like, yo, instead of if your shot's not falling, go grab a rebound. Like, go do something else to impact winning. And I feel like we feed off each other. We feed off of that. And he's been really helpful towards me this year. And I'm excited to see him go into the playoffs and do what he got to do.
And speaking of the playoffs, obviously you've seen another playoff team make that jump with the Spurs. Do you see the Wizards making that jump?
For sure.
And, like, is there any way? What do you see, like, how that transition will come about this summer?
I think obviously this is a big summer for us all, like, as a team and individually. I think we all got to put in the work on our game, put in the work on our bodies, dive into the film, see what we messed up this year, see what we could be better, and just put it all together. I think it's going to be, I think it'll be really fun to see how we do it. But I think that if any team is capable of it, I think that we're more than capable of making that jump.